When there is constructive interference between two waves of same frequency, very important, same frequency. Constructive interference means there is addition of displacements. When there is constructive interference between two waves of same frequency, you will hear a loud sound of constant intensity. काय ऐकू येईल तुम्हाला? जोराचा आवाज ऐकू येईल ऑफ कॉन्स्टंट इंटेन्सिटी. आवाजाची तीव्रता सारखी असेल, ती कमी जास्त होणार नाही. When there is interference between two waves having same frequency, when there is destructive interference between two waves of same frequency, again I'm stressing the point, same frequency. When there is destructive interference between two waves of the same frequency, you will hear a low sound of constant intensity. तुम्हाला कमी आवाज, हळू आवाज ऐकू येईल, पण त्या आवाजाची तीव्रता कमी जास्त होणार नाही. It will be constant. So whether it is constructive interference or whether it is destructive interference, दोन्हीपैकी काही एक जरी झालं, between two waves having same frequency, condition काय? Two waves having same frequency, then intensity of the resultant sound will remain constant. Either loud sound of constant intensity or low sound of constant intensity. आवाजाची तीव्रता सारखीच राहणार when there is interference between two waves having same frequency. But if there is superposition between two waves having slightly different frequencies, frequency मध्ये खूप जास्त डिफरन्स नाहीये, superposition between two waves having slightly different frequencies. Slightly different means less than 10 hertz. दोघांच्या frequencies मधला difference किती आहे? Less than 10 hertz. So when there is superposition between two waves having slightly different frequencies, in that case, the intensity of the resultant sound or resultant intensity of sound does not remain constant. आवाजाची intensity, तीव्रता सारखी राहत नाही. It rises and falls. There is rise and fall. There is rise and fall in the resultant intensity of sound. Kadhi, when there is superposition between two waves having slightly different frequencies, this is called phenomenon of peaks. काय म्हणतात त्याला? Phenomenon of peaks. The alternate rise and fall in the resultant intensity of sound. The alternate rise and fall in the resultant intensity of sound when there is superposition between two waves having slightly different frequencies is called phenomenon of peaks. म्हणजे काय होतं की दोन वेव्स आहेत, त्यांच्या फ्रिक्वेन्सीज मधला डिफरन्स 10 हर्ट्ज पेक्षा कमी आहे. दोघांचं सुपरपोजिशन झालं तर जे रिझल्टंट आवाज तुम्हाला ऐकू येतं तो एकदम वाढतो मग कमी होतो, मग वाढतो मग कमी होतो. देयर इज अल्टरनेट राइज अँड फॉल in the resultant intensity of sound. That is called phenomenon of peaks. When the sound rises, it is called maxima. काय म्हणतात त्याला? Maxima or waxing. Maxima or waxing. And when the sound falls, it is called minima or waning. You have heard this word waxing and waning. चंद्राला वेक्सिंग होते आणि वेनिंग होते. चंद्र वाढतो तर त्याला आपण वेक्सिंग म्हणतो. चंद्र कमी कमी छोटा छोटा होत जातो त्याला आपण वेनिंग म्हणतो. So when the sound rises, it is called maxima or waxing. When the sound falls, it is called minima or waning. That is phenomenon of peaks, the alternate rise and fall in the resultant intensity of sound when there is superposition between two waves having slightly different frequencies. time interval between two successive vexings or two successive winnings म्हणजे जे रिझल्टंट वेव तयार झाली त्या वेव मध्ये ही झाली वेक्सिंग साऊंड वाढला ही झाली वेनिंग साऊंड कमी झाला then again there is vexing then again there is waning so there are alternate vexings and winnings. The time interval between two successive vexings or two successive winnings is called period of beats or periodic time of beats. And the number of vexings or number of winnings occurring per second is called frequency of beats. And frequency of beats, same as the term we use in any other case. Periodic time and frequency, they are reciprocal of each other. This is the first sound wave of frequency 440 Hertz. This is the second sound wave of frequency 442 Hertz. When there is superposition between these two waves, you will hear the phenomenon of beats. Once more. Alternate rise and fall. Let's have a brief revision. Consider different cases of superposition. Two waves are having same frequency and same amplitude, and they are in phase. So the resultant displacement y will be equal to y1 plus y2 because they are in phase. So that is 2y because y plus y will be 2y. So resultant amplitude is double. And you will hear a loud sound of constant intensity. Same frequency means constant amplitude, means constant intensity. Two waves having same frequency again and different amplitude, and they are in phase. So resultant displacement will be y1 plus y2, not double, it will be addition of the two. So the resultant amplitude is maximum, you can say, not double. And you will hear a loud sound of constant intensity. Loud sound of constant intensity. Two waves having same frequency and same amplitude, and they are out of phase. So resultant displacement y will be y1 minus y2, that is y minus y, because the amplitudes are equal, same. So net displacement y will be equal to 0, and you will hear no sound will be heard because the resultant intensity will be 0. Two waves having same frequency again and different amplitudes, and they are out of phase. So the resultant displacement y will be y1 minus y2, not 0, because y1 is not equal to y2. So resultant amplitude is minimum, and you will hear a low sound but of constant intensity again. So same frequency has constant amplitude, means constant intensity. But two waves, if they are having slightly different frequencies, less than 10 Hertz, then the resultant intensity of sound alternates between maximum and minimum, and we call it phenomenon of beats. Beats will be heard. So I think this much is sufficient for today. Rest of the things we shall see in the next lecture. Have a nice time. Bye-bye.